New York with me for mine and my husband's 8th wedding anniversary. After getting off of our flight, we headed out to catch a cab almost immediately, and there we went straight in to the city that never sleeps. It was gorgeous and breathtaking from the get-go. All of the extremely tall buildings and all of the class and everything, it was extremely, extremely over the top and breathtaking, all of it. I was just kind of overwhelmed taking it all in, to be honest with you. But you can see here I got a really good glimpse of the buildings as well as just the busyness heading into Times Square. And what are you doing with your life if you go to New York City and you don't get to take a taxi, even if it is $78? That was an extremely, extremely expensive ride, but you know what? It was all worth it. This was our hotel. We ended up staying at the Civilian Hotel. It was gorgeous and stunning on the inside, and they paid such good attention to all of the little details. Here we're headed into the room, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what our room looked like. As you can tell, in Manhattan, it was very close quarters and not a whole lot of room to move around, but it was exactly what we needed. And that window over there in the corner is absolutely everything. So I had this little mirror that I could get ready in for the entire weekend. Our bed was straight up against the wall, and it backed right into a little window where we could, actually it was a kind of a big window, where we could look over all of the buildings around us in the little patch of Manhattan that we were in. And I absolutely adored this window the entire time we were here. By the by, if you ever stay in the Civilian Hotel, you might want to know ahead of time that that TV is supposed to have Chromecast, but surprise, surprise, it does not. We found out that the hard way. We had some movies that we wanted to watch while we were in the room, and unfortunately had to watch them on our iPad. But I loved that this came with a little shade that popped down so we could get complete and total darkness when we were sleeping, and then also the surprise of the room lighting up when we woke up. After we put all of our bags down, we headed out for a night out on the town, and literally we had so much fun. If you've never experienced Times Square at night on a Saturday night, I highly, highly recommend. It was so crowded, so if you don't like people and you don't like crowds, probably avoid this, but it is something that I would recommend just experiencing once in a lifetime. We just decided to go out and just have some fun going to different shops and seeing all these different signs. The Chick-fil-A signs were absolutely hilarious. Chick-fil-A, and I'll show you guys later on in this video, but Raising Cane's, those were my two favorite places that did the most grand marketing I've ever seen in my life. But this M&M store was so cute and so cool. We just got to walk around and see all the different cool M&M things. We actually ended up buying our 4-year-old son a little M&M pillow. And of course, I had to get this billboard, The Summer I Turned Pretty. I absolutely love that show right now. The Stardust Diner, we actually did get to go to that, and I got some video footage to share with you guys later on in this video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, here we are just kind of walking around, and here we are at the Broadway sign. Oh my gosh, how incredibly cool was it to actually be there in person. It was absolutely amazing. And it's day number 2, and as you can see, like I was saying, this shade lifted up, and into the city we were just immediately. And we woke up pretty early on the next day, which was a Sunday. We really wanted to just get up and get out and just go while we were still able to. So we ended up getting up around 7 o'clock in the morning and getting up, getting ready, and heading out for the day. As you can see, the streets are way more clear, less crowded on this Sunday morning. This is kind of like my outfit of the day for this day. If you're wanting some shorts that have some extra coverage in the back, these are the shorts for you. I will have them linked down below. This little bag came in clutch for this journey through New York City that day, and I absolutely loved that outfit. It was very comfortable the entire day. How cute is our hotel? It was literally a 5-minute walk to pretty much everything the whole time we were there except for the last day. Here we're walking to Vanilla Gorilla. Vanilla Gorilla is it's like a local coffee chain in New York City, I'm pretty sure. And it's so good. It's so cute inside, but it's so, so good. We ended up getting pumpkin spice lattes, which, oh my gosh, your girl was so excited that was the first PSL of the season, and it ended up being delicious. Oh my goodness, so, so good. If you really like a lot of pumpkin flavor and you ever go to Vanilla Gorilla during this time of the year, definitely get an extra shot of pumpkin. You'll not be sorry that you did. It was so, 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 so stinking good. It was really, really cool to get to see the New York Times up close. And here we are just kind of hanging out, walking around, seeing this very random dinosaur in the window that I absolutely apparently had to take a video of. Here we are entering a bagel shop for breakfast. I'd heard nothing except for good things about New York City bagels. And I'll tell you what, guys, I was so disappointed in this bagel. And I don't know. I can't explain it, but I think I had psyched it up in my head that this was going to be something special, and it just wasn't. I got an egg, bacon, and cheese bagel, and my husband got a peanut butter and jelly bagel, which he thought the peanut butter was going to be a peanut butter spread, like a peanut butter cream cheese spread, and it was not. It was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but with a bagel. Needless to say, neither one of us liked our bagels that morning, and mine was super bland. I got an everything bagel with egg, bacon, and cheese on it, and everything was super bland. So extremely disappointing. But we did walk to the Empire State Building, and we actually ate our breakfast inside the Empire State Building in the Starbucks in there. So we were sitting in this little ledge in the corner that backed up into this Empire State Building. It was absolutely gorgeous and air conditioned, and we were sitting down for a little bit after we had been walking for such a long time that morning. So it was really, really nice. That ball up there is the ball that drops at midnight on New Year's Eve, and I was so excited to be up close and personal with it. The NYPD, how cool was it to just be steps away? And here's that Raising Cane's I was talking about earlier on in the video. This one had such cool marketing. That's literally a chicken finger dipped in sauce with french fries in the window there. Here's Cane all dressed up in the Statue of Liberty. So, so cute. Even if you don't go in there to get food, definitely come in and get some merchandise. This literally says chicken fingers for all, like Liberty for all. Such a cute play on words. They had baby clothes, hair scrunchies, magnets, stickers, t-shirts, you name it, they had it. And I just was so excited. We got a couple of things here. We definitely got some magnets. And we really, 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 really wanted that chicken fingers for all t-shirt. But they didn't have that t-shirt in our size, which we both wear a medium. So we unfortunately didn't get that. But yeah, this Raising Cane's was the most incredible Raising Cane I have been in and probably will be in my entire life. It was decked out, and they actually had a big giant Caniac corner that you're going to see in just a second. And oh my gosh, you guys, absolutely incredible. I was so excited because I love Post Malone, and Post Malone has been collaborating with Raising Cane's, and it was just the perfect timing for all of it. Posty was posted up in the Caniac corner, and as you can see, these love seats or sofas are breads, and that little table is a sauce. I could not believe it. It was so stinking cute. But look at this incredible fry wall, and then we're headed back into the back where they have the wall from just the bottom to the top is just covered in artwork, and I don't know, it gave me a whole vibe. Out here, we're headed to the Disney store. I was so excited because our Disney store recently got taken out. And so we haven't had a Disney store where we live. And it's really, really cool to get to go to a huge, huge Disney store and not actually go to Disney World. And so this one definitely did not disappoint. You can see there was so much attention to all the details, down to the artwork on the walls and just absolutely everything. It was it was everything that I dreamed it would be. Um, and I'm just really glad we got to go and just kind of relax and shop around a little bit. Here we're headed to the Rockefeller Center where Jimmy Fallon does his late night show. We actually got to go in here and go shopping. I was super excited for this, and I'll be quite honest with you, it was kind of a letdown. There was a lot of Jimmy Fallon stuff in here, a lot of like Seth Meyers, Friends stuff, The Office, and like a whole bunch of other things. But unfortunately, the Friends section was like the smallest. They had a lot of dog toys and like one t-shirt and like a board game, but there wasn't a whole lot. There was a ton of The Office stuff, which I was like, are you kidding me? The Office stuff has more stuff than Friends, but you know, I'm not a fan of The Office, so I can say that. But the stuff in there really wasn't, it was overpriced and it really wasn't, all that special. If you ever go to New York City and you love Nintendo games, you have got to go to the Nintendo store. It was so cool in there. There was so many nostalgic things from the second I walked in there, and it's honestly incredible, especially if you have small kids and they're into Mario. Oh my gosh, they're going to have such a good time. Look at this Bowser coming out of the wall, life-size Bowser coming out of the wall. Absolutely awesome. And then we have Mario going down the pole and the eating plant in the back, and then more statues at the bottom. Oh my gosh, so cool. This area was absolutely beautiful. I can't remember what scene this is in a movie, but it's definitely like a very famous spot, and I can't remember what it is. From here, we headed to Joe's Pizza, and 1,000 out of 10 recommend Joe's Pizza. It was so good. If you've ever been to Italy and you've had Italian pizza, this is very, very similar. It's a really good mix of Italian and American pizza, and I think that's what kind of makes it New York style, but it's so stinking good. We actually went here twice during our stay in New York City in the span of 3 days. So just wanted to share that, but it is so stinking good. And we did have to wait in the line wrapped around like outside the building, but honestly both times it was about 20 minutes wait, so it's really, really not that much. And then from here we headed back to the room because there wasn't really anywhere to sit and we wanted to relax, so we were eating, and we ended up getting ready for the play soon after. And here we are getting ready to go to the Broadway play Sweeney Todd. This is literally the whole purpose for our trip. This was the most exciting thing. Like I can't even express how excited I was. So Josh Groban was Sweeney Todd. If you don't know who Josh Groban is, he's a singer. I would say probably best known for like You Raise Me Up. And he also did like, if you've seen the movie Polar Express, he did like If You Just Believe. He sung a lot more than that. I'm just a couple songs that come to mind, but this show was incredible, you guys. If you ever get the chance to see a Broadway show, do me a favor and just do it. The inside of this theater was gorgeous. The actors, the play, the production was absolutely mind-blowing. It was so, so cool. And Gaten from Stranger Things, he plays Dusty Buns or Dustin. He was Tobias or Toby in the play. And then Annalee Ashford, she is a huge Broadway star. She played Mrs. Lovett. And the whole play was honestly just incredible from the start to the finish. We did sit about 8 rows back and we had open pit orchestra seats, and oh my gosh, it was so cool. This was this was a once in a lifetime experience for us, and I am so incredibly grateful to have gotten to experience it. I got this little snippet of the Wicked production on the outside of the theater just because I know a lot of you guys love Wicked. I'm not a huge Wicked fan because I don't really know much about it. But here we are at the Stardust Diner. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you ever get the chance to go to the Stardust Diner in Times Square, you got to do it. Oh my gosh, it's such an experience. So you go in and you sit down for dinner, and they are literally, your waiters and waitresses are just busting out in song. And here you can see he has a weed blower. He's blowing her hair back while she sings, and all the confetti is flying everywhere. There's like a big cannon of confetti in the corner. It was such a fun time. Such a fun time. The food, however, pretty mediocre. I mean, I would give it maybe a 5 out of 10. It just wasn't anything spectacular. This is the balcony in our hotel. This is literally insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm a little freaked out to be up here. So I realized very quickly that I don't really like heights, and I absolutely could not wait to get off of that balcony, which we ended up not being able to stay up there very long anyway because the bar was actually closed. They just let us back there to kind of take some pictures, and we don't drink anyway, so it's not like we were bummed or anything that the bar itself was closed. But yeah, 26 floors up, and just a sheet of plexiglass was not doing it for me. Here we are on our last day in New York City. It rained. It was a very rainy morning, so we got a little bit more of a late start than we wanted to. But for some reason, I completely forgot to show you guys the bathroom in this place. This was such a weird bathroom. It was really cute and quaint, but there was no door for the shower, and the tiles went from the ceiling to the floor, and everything got wet. Everything got wet in this bathroom when you took a shower. It was terrible, but the heated floors were so nice. Here we are back at Vanilla Grillo for the second. You can definitely say we are absolutely creatures of habit. I took this little snippet because I wanted you to see how pretty it was inside the coffee shop versus outside the coffee shop. So right outside, there's just this broken down building. There's trash all over the streets, all over the sidewalk, in the mulch. It is a really, really dirty city. As you can imagine, there's not a whole lot of time to clean the streets before it gets busy again. But yeah, it's pretty stinky and pretty dirty in New York City. Here we are entering into Central Park. I really wanted to go there just to say that I experienced it. I'll be honest, I wasn't too thrilled to be there. It didn't spark any type of anything special for me. I was really excited because we love the movie Elf, just to be there and get to experience, being close to where he was. But honestly, it wasn't anything special to me. And it actually started raining while we were there as well, so we had to kind of get to where we were going pretty quickly. So I didn't get to experience much of Central Park, but we definitely did go. And over here, we are headed to another movie site. I was really excited because the Plaza New York is exactly where Home Alone 2 was shot. and I was really excited. I was really hoping to go up to the door and at least get to look in, but as you can see, it is pretty heavily guarded. There are signs all over the place that say no standing. They don't even want you to stand on the sidewalk. So I wasn't able to get any videos really, but I was really excited to at least get to be there. And I did get to look in somewhat and see all the fancy fixtures on the inside. So that was really exciting. From here, we took our first trip on the subway in New York City, and yeah, nothing fancy there. Super dirty, very dingy, exactly what you would expect on a subway. I've been on a subway before, but not in New York City. It's actually in Chicago, and I expected it to be way more busy than it was, but we ended up getting on one that was actually pretty empty. Keep in mind, this is on a Monday when everyone has already gone to work. And so we ended up getting on and staying for about a half an hour, which was a really, really, really nice break in all of the walking that we had already done that morning. We subwayed over to the World Trade Center where we got to see the outside of the September 11th Memorial Museum. We did not go into the museum, but we did see the memorial for it, as well as the big subway that was built after it all went down. And that was super, super cool and really, really sad and incredible to see up close all of these names of these people that died in 9/11. And it was so very, very sad and breathtaking in a completely different way than I had expected. This was such a beautiful tribute to these people, and I cannot imagine having a loved one's name up on these plaques. This is actually a clip of a little courthouse. It's actually a really big courthouse, but I was really excited because I've never been up close to one. From there, we decided to walk to Little Italy, which was about a 35-minute walk. And in the blistering hot sun, it felt like forever. But we finally got there, and to be honest, I wasn't dazzled at all. It was a cute little quaint spot, but other than that, just having gone to the real Italy and falling in love with that country, no. The sight of all of this and just the smells and everything, it just didn't do it for me. And there was a lot of people just trying to push menus in our faces and all kinds of stuff. So I don't want to ever deter you from going to Little Italy because it's still a magical spot. And all of these things did really remind us of being in Italy. But it was very short-lived. We did not stay in Little Italy in New York City for very long at all. I think we were in here for like a total of maybe a half an hour. So it really didn't make the walk worthwhile, but I'm glad we at least got to experience it. Here we are back at Joe's Pizza for the second time. I made my husband promise we could get pizza from here again before we left. Because again, like I said, we are creatures of habit. But we actually got to sit out in a little, well, I should say we stood out on a little box like towards the street and got to eat our pizza, and that was pretty cool. And now we're back at the hotel, and before we left and checked out, I wanted to show you guys this really cute staircase at the hotel. It was kind of hidden in the back, and it actually went up to the little restaurant that was up there. But it was so cool. I have like this weird fascination with spiral staircases, and this one just seemed so cool. But I'm not going to lie, if you're not paying attention going up or down, you're absolutely going to kill yourself. So yeah, definitely watch your step on this one. But to the left up here, there was actually what they called the little blue room, and it had all of these really cool memorabilia from different plays and different Broadway productions, and it was so cool. It was so, so cool. You could actually sit up here and drink or like do, whatever it is that people do when they lounge. We didn't actually stay in here for any specific reason. We just came up here to see all the really, really cool stuff. But yeah, that's the stuff from Wicked. And I don't know, everything up close it's just super cool. It's like its own little mini museum up there. And now we are in our second taxi on our way back to the airport, which was another about $80. So if you're wanting to take a taxi all around New York, think again, it is very expensive. But we really wanted to get out and get to the airport in plenty of time before our flight left. And here we are sitting on the airplane, and I know you're like, why didn't you just end? Why didn't you just end the vlog a little bit earlier? But let me tell you why. We sat on this plane for about 2 hours, and we were deboarded about 9 o'clock at night. Told our flight had been canceled. There was no more going out. So we actually ended up staying the night at the airport and going home the next morning to our babies, and got home the next morning around 10:30. It was a long night, to say the least. But I really hope you enjoyed this entire New York City trip, and I hope if you ever decide to take one that you might take our advice and go to these few different spots that we went to. They were absolutely incredible and stunning, and I will remember this trip forever. And I hope that you had a great time going along with us to the city that never sleeps.